Ladies and gentlemen, the officials have been appointed by the Central Area Council of the British Boxing Board of Control, who stood in charge, sitting proudly at ringside, is Asi Muhammad. This, the first contest of the evening, is for 3 kilograms of boxing in the welterweight division. Introducing to firstly boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the white shorts trim of blue, and the weight he's held, 10 stone 4 ounces. He hails from Braintree, Essex. A warm Liverpool welcome, please, for Draper. And opposing and boxing out of the red corner, wearing the gold shorts and green. As the weight he's held, 10 stone 8 ounces. Tonight he makes his proud professional debut, hailing from this superb city of Liverpool, Whelan. Timekeeper at the belt, Chris O'Connor, referee in charge of the action, Preston's Jamie Patrick. 4 3 rounds.
Here we go then, the first fight on a VIP card in 2019. It should be a good one, this, like John said. Whelan is a top prospect, just about settling in this first round now. Talks about it when he's walking to the ring then. Just wants to get behind that jab, nice and calm.
New obviously first fight, a new team as well with Arnie and Lucas there, who's helping out Arnie these days. I know Whelan's been in the gym for a good few months now, and Arnie really does think highly of him, so it'd be interesting to see how he does. Yeah, and Draper's got one of those really erratic styles when you see him. A lot of exaggerated movements with his hands. Interesting to see if Whelan can work him out early on here behind that jab. He didn't look too nervous, did he, in the introductions? No. He had a big smile on his face, like he was enjoying it. You know, he didn't get caught up in the moment and carried away. Yeah, and already he's picked a nice left hook to the body there. You see he's thinking about his work. Yeah, sometimes you see prospects making the debut, rushing the work and trying to throw as many shots as they can in the opening round, but he looks to have settled in early on. And you also see some prospects just forgetting about the body and going headhunting, and straight away Whelan's been mixing it up. Yeah, it's been an impressive opening minute of his professional career, this, from Lee Whelan. Yeah, and already he's pushed Dylan Draper onto that back foot. There you go, just as we were saying, that left hook to the body, mixing in the uppercuts. He's really picked his shots well early on here. Been impressive so far. Yeah, you can see he's thinking about his work behind those feints as well, just trying to open Draper up. It's like we always say, isn't it, Luke? You know, if you give these opponents, we won't call them journeymen this year, if you give these opponents an inch in the first couple of minutes, they sense it and they will take full advantage. Whelan's been assertive, hasn't he, but he's not been reckless, and Draper's just gone straight on the defensive. Yeah, and you can see he's still thinking about what's coming back from Draper, and there hasn't been many punches thrown by Dylan, but you can see Whelan's still got his hands up, still thinking about it, just trying to prize that opening with a few feints. He's already targeting that left hook to the body. Draper's just starting to redden up on the right hand side of his body. He's finding it quite easy to cut off a ring, Whelan, isn't he? Yeah. Nice head movement as well on his way in. And you can see Draper doesn't want to stand there too long. Lightning fast combinations coming from Whelan. Handheld, low held front hand there, just trying to draw something from Draper so he can counter it. Yeah, in the corner we're calling for Draper to start throwing a couple of jabs, just to discourage Whelan a little bit. But it's credit to Whelan that Draper's not thrown much early on. I'm sure we'll see it at some point tonight where a prospect gets a bit of a journeyman gets a bit of success early on, and it becomes a difficult night. But Whelan's making this easy for himself so far in this opening round. Very good first round for Whelan, and you can see Arnie just said superb when he got through the ropes, then he'll be impressed with that first round as well. Arnie, for the new season's got a much quieter pair of trainers on, hasn't he, than he normally has? He normally has horrendous tasting trainers, but he's calmed them down a bit. Lucas does the strength and conditioning for Arnie's lads now. The new face in the corner there. Arnie's changed gyms as well, so in the build up to his debut, I think he just held on until Whelan finished his preparation really, and he's just moved out of that famous old gym in the mill and got a new place in Failsworth, so all changed for Lee Whelan and the team.
Hashtag VIP Boxing Live on Twitter. You can comment on the Facebook stream as well, the usual platforms, and we'll read your comments out throughout the night. A packed night of action, 11 fights in all, culminating in Colin Day and Jordan Ellison, which has potential to be a cracker. And you can see Arnie didn't say much in that corner then, but it's just more of the same for Whelan now, isn't it?
Yeah, doesn't have to change a single thing, does he? You know, he's nice little, kept the distance there, worked at the right range. Draper's not going to throw, is he? You know, he's not going to fall for that low hand. Maybe a few feints from Whelan, possibly to try and open something up. But I think with picking out, he was very good in that first round.
Yeah, he just started to feint a little bit more towards the end of the first. I think he sensed that himself. Lovely straight right hand through the guard. And you can already see Draper's just lowered that right elbow a little bit to try and cut off that left hook to the body. And Whelan landed that a few times in the first round.
Been a succession of fighters from Liverpool over the years going to Arnie's gym, hasn't it? You know, when you think back when Arnie first started training, he had Tony Bellew, Joe Selkirk spent some time there, Paul Butler, of course, and now Lee Whelan. It does seem to be a popular starting point for some Merseyside fighters, Arnie's gym.
There's that left hook to the body again. Just loaded up a little bit with a couple of shots there, Whelan. There's a danger that you start getting a bit frustrated, isn't there, when you're an opponent like Draper? But he's dealt with it well so far.
Yeah, I suppose one of the big differences between being a top amateur, a good amateur, fighting at a good amateur level, and fighting someone like Dylan Draper is you used to be the other guy trying to beat you. You know, and all of a sudden you've got a guy intent on surviving. It takes away a lot of your counter-punching opportunities, doesn't it?
Yeah, and especially the sparring in the build-up to this. He'll been in with other prospects as well who have been coming to learn and try things as well. So it's completely different to what he'll have experienced so far. A lot of professionals say it's hard to adapt when you get in there with someone that just tucks up and they don't want to trade with you or throw anything themselves, and there's no openings for you to work with. Lovely work behind that jab again from Whelan. I've said it a few times already tonight. It's been impressive, this.
Again, just loaded up in the corner, isn't he?
Yeah, he just wants to start picking those shots again, like he did early on. But it's like you said before, we're picking faults of a pretty punch-perfect performance so far from Whelan. He's not done too much wrong. Come to the end of this second round, and it's another one clearly in the bank for the debutant.
Yeah, Lee Whelan looks good, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's been impressive so far. I've seen Draper make a real awkward night for some people, but I think Draper's got a little mark over his left eye as well. Hashtag VIP Boxing Live on Twitter. Get some comments in. Have you got any questions for John while he's with me?
Yeah, tiny little nit, Luke. Good spot that over Dylan Draper's eye. Not in a great rush to block it up, but a little smear of Vaseline will stop that. It's nothing to worry about too much, but
must have been caused by a punch as well. The heads haven't come close at all so far. The referee's had nothing to do in these opening 2 rounds.
A few of the other VIP fighters sat around the ring. We've got Jay Farrell over to our left. Big, exciting cruiserweight. Probably been a big fight, I would have thought, this year. You know, a sink or swim type fight for Jay. Tom Farrell, big fight coming up with Philip Bowes for a Commonwealth belt in a couple of weeks. Colin Day, who's topping the bill later, just sat taking in the early fights. Plenty going on with VIP, isn't there?
Yeah, it's going to be a big year this for VIP, and you speak to Steve, he wants to put a lot of his prospects in together. We started to do that towards the end of last year, and it's certainly going to continue as we go through 2019. Got a lovely right hand from Whelan.
There you go, Mickey Elliott, just echoing what we were saying there in Dylan Draper's corner. Make him go first, so he doesn't want Draper leading or falling for any feints. You know, he wants Whelan to go first so that Draper can be perfectly positioned to just block it.
Yeah, and you could see early on that Draper's got no ambition of winning this fight. He just wants to get through those 4 rounds, and he's done a pretty decent job of it so far, to be fair. The first time they've come in close. Draper just going to start using all the tricks that he's learned.
This will be just where Lee Whelan's thighs start burning a bit and his arms start feeling heavy. You know, adrenaline's gone now the first couple of rounds as a pro, and we see more mauling. You know, it's just a little bit of that snap and sharpness will have gone, and he'll just be working down towards the end now.
Yeah, and people don't appreciate either stepping up from the amateurs as well. It's a lot. The distance is a lot longer, even in these 4 rounds, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Just take a lot of time to get accustomed to it. You know, you can do a lot of work in the gym, but it's totally different when there's somebody fighting back. Dylan Draper tonight hasn't really put Lee Whelan under it, but it's still a live opponent here. You know, in there you're taking punches from. Just tire you out a hell of a lot more.
He just needs to get back to picking his shots again, Whelan.
I thought in the first couple of rounds he did a good job of cutting the ring down, walking Draper into position onto the ropes, and then unloading. He wasn't wasting too much, was he, getting himself into range?
Yeah, and like you said, the pace has just slowed down a little bit in this 3rd round.
Another VIP fighter there, Scott Fitzgerald on the far side of the ring. He's got a big fight coming up here in Liverpool in a couple of weeks with Anthony Fowler. I think Fowler's gone watching Jordan Gill down in Peterborough tonight, so luckily we're not going to have to step in as peacemakers, Luke.
Yeah, that's a very good thing. I wouldn't fancy getting in the middle of them two, especially after the few words they've been having on Twitter recently. Another round in the bank for Lee Whelan, and I think everyone in the Whelan camp will be pretty happy with how this has gone. Just a bit of a tension with Draper's eye going on in the corner here. It shouldn't cause too many problems. It didn't seem to open up any more during that round. Yeah, and Whelan still looks nice and calm in that corner, which is always good to see. Nice and relaxed. Doesn't look too out of breath either.
Yeah, we'll soon see, won't we? See what he's got left, whether he decides to really pour it on Dylan Draper in this 4th round, or whether he just decides to make sure he gets a victory in his professional debut. Low blow there, yeah.
That was a proper low blow, wasn't it? It wasn't
Just
borderline,
on
that
the
one.
Birkenhead side of a River Mersey, that one, wasn't it? Seems an appropriate time to mention Pain Solutions. They're our show sponsors this year for VIP. I'm not sure if they'd provide Dylan Draper with a treatment he's looking for after that particular shot, but for all your other aches and pains needs, I'm sure Pain Solutions will sort you out.
I don't know if cryotherapy works in that region, but you never know.
That's usually my excuse, Luke.
Yeah, he certainly has upped the pace in this final round, Whelan. So that wayward shot at the start of the round.
He went straight back to a body as well, didn't he? He wasn't put off from throwing it down there.
Yeah, you can see Draper's dropped those hands to protect that body as well. Nice work behind that jab again from Whelan. Just about closing it out now with a minute and a half to go. Couple of YouTube comments coming in about where we are tonight. It's the famous Liverpool Olympia. It's becoming a home of VIP boxing in Liverpool now.
It is, yeah. We were away for 18 months or so, I think it was, a couple of years, but back here now. It's always one of the best venues when it's full, when you get a good fight. Plenty of Liverpool fighters as well on the scene. Could get some real local derbies that'll pack this place out and get a tremendous atmosphere. Just got a bit dirty in this last round, hasn't it?
Yeah, Whelan stepped the tempo up and a few of his shots have just got a little bit wayward. A minute to go in the debut of Lee Whelan. He's been very impressive so far. And a couple of body shots there again, what we've been calling for the last round or so.
John Peggy's watching. John Pegg, usually at our shows, Ben Fields against Matty Rennie. Could be a crack, it really could. You know, it's coming up in a little while. That Ben Fields caused a shot, didn't he?
Yeah,
on one of our shows last year.
Every time we've seen him, he's looked good. Against Muhammad Ali as well in Bolton, that was a contentious one. It could have gone either way. You know, he's certainly no pushover, Ben Fields, and if he comes and has a go, it could be a cracker.
Someone else asking when Nathan Bennett's on. We're expecting Nathan Bennett. It's going to be around 8:10, 8:15. And Darren Coles, I'm sorry, Kelly Maloney's not going to be in the ring tonight. It's on a different channel. Good performance there from Lee Whelan. He'll be happy with that.
Yeah, very happy with it. You know, as far as debuts goes, pretty much perfect. You can see in the corner as well, they're pretty happy with that. There's no doubt about which way this result's going to go. A complete shutout for Whelan. And a very good start to his professional career. Referee Jamie Kirkpatrick just totting up the scorecard, but that shouldn't be too difficult after that one. And Whelan looks pretty happy with himself in that corner.
Yeah. Michael Pass getting ready to announce the decision in his brand new suit.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 absorbing rounds of welterweight action, referee Jamie Kirkpatrick has scored the opening contest 40 points to 36 points for your winner. On his brow, professional debut, heading from Liverpool, Whelan. Your appreciation, please, for your man who's come a long way from Braintree, Essex, Draper. Former WBA middleweight champion is at the ring, as he found out, still looking